is a good question, and I'm going to ask it, and I'm going to answer it first. All right. Knowing what you know now, what would you have changed or done different? Okay? Knowing where you're at now, here's what I would say. And I did take my own advice way back then, but I know what I was doing. I didn't have a me to call and to help out. I would say, if you want to scale your business, you've got to hire. Who has staff? Well, why? What? How many you got?
2.
You got 2. Okay. The biggest fear is that they're going to cost you money. That's it. That's it. Why wouldn't you hire somebody? Well, if somebody costs you money, you don't need them. In my office, when I interview somebody, I tell them, you're either going to be a cost center or a profit center. And if you're a cost center, you're not going to last very long. We're going to have to do some adjusting. We're going to adjust your income so you don't cost me money, or you're going to have to up your income. That's it. Very, very clear cut. At this point, I tell them, you don't even have to make me money. Just break even. Okay, how do you break even or make money with Medicare and ACA? Well, you go write a piece of business, you got to go to your next appointment, have your staff person call and cross-sell. Cross-sell, cross-sell, cross-sell. They can do it for you. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, there's a dollar value for retaining your business. You got to give them credit for that. You didn't lose it, they kept it. So there's got to be something in there positive for your employee for keeping business. How do they keep business? They call on your behalf. We've got a little program set up where if you want to use it, you're calling using Agent CRM to contact your insurance every single month. Send them a text message. Seniors don't read emails. They definitely read text messages. Send them a text message 30 days on a month on January. Hey, Mr. Senior, have you enrolled in the gym yet? You know that you have a gym membership. Okay? Second month, send them something about the dental. The third month, the vision. Your CRM can do that, but so can your CSR that you're hiring. So my piece of advice, I wish I would have hired more people. Okay, I could have scaled and grown and been a lot bigger. What would you have done, Evan?
I would have gotten into Medicare sooner. I did 1.5 years of life insurance before I found 360 and started running appointments, which was 1 year ago. And with life insurance, in my first 9 months, I sold 200 grand issue paid. And then I did 405,000 in 12 months, the next 12 months. With life insurance issue paid, not just submitted, but with the customer paid. And during that time, I built up an agency with a different FMO. We did 1.3 million in a 12-month span in the year 2021, the calendar year. Now, it was some good money, but you can see that my hairline is slightly receding because it was a pain in the ass with all these agents, all these policies, 3 full-time staff, office, everything like that. So I let the agency go, I downsized, I gave it to another agent of mine, and I just came over and pursued Medicare. And it's been what I thought it would be with putting in the time, work, the energy, and the money. And it's a beautiful thing you have, guys. It really is. You got free cost of goods sold, which I went over before. Your leads basically don't cost anything as long as you work them. And you guys get to be your own boss. You don't have to have Luis going over you and saying, hey, you're either a cost center or a profit center.
Thank you very much. I have a lot of favor.
Imagine that. Yeah. Good thing I don't work for Luis. Or with Luis. So yeah, you get to be your own boss, you run your own schedule, you're a lone wolf, and you get to build up a book of business that throws off half of the renewals. It's a beautiful thing. Be thankful for it and take advantage of it.
So I think when I came on, I was a bit of a guinea pig, a fun project for Matt over there. I'm lucky to have a personal coach since I began. Thank you very much, Matt. But when I began, I was selling final expense and Medicare Advantage from the very first appointment. So in my first year, I had $300,000 in final expense and $300 Medicare Advantage in year 1. And my goal was to then shift towards Medicare. So then I went 225 on FE and 500 with MA. And then this year, 800, 900, whatever it is that I write. So that pathway's been great. What I didn't do, and I'm still not perfect with it, My gosh, I wish that I had started my defense in retaining my Medicare business earlier. I'm so busy selling that I'm not playing enough defense. It is very hard. Again, there are some exceptions if you're in a small community, but in Dallas, if your business is in Dallas and Tarrant County and Collin County in this area, it's especially difficult to retain your Medicare book. So you've got to keep up with your clients. And there's a lot of different ways of retaining your business, but do not forget to take your breath. You gotta play some defense. Because if you're out there playing too much offense, you're gonna have a higher drop-off rate.
Yeah, what you said, Evan, I wish I would have started on Medicare earlier. I spent my first 4 years in the business dabbling around in life insurance and other things that are all great, nothing against them, but I should have been doing Medicare from the get-go. And then number two, you'll never run harder than the first couple years you're in the business. Now, what you do with that fire and that energy is up to you. You may study, you'll never have the fire that because over time, you settle into a routine. So make sure that you spend that first year, 2, 3 years in the business running hard, working leads. That's the name of the game. Everything else will come, but while that fire is burning hot, direct it directly at seeing customers. And I think I let myself get sidetracked too often when I had the biggest burning desire to run hard in this business. So.
Interesting thought. I don't think you should have done anything. It's one of the reasons I'm divorced. My wife divorced me for saying, honey, if you can tell me how I should have done that, I'd be glad to do it. I can't should have done anything. But the worst thing that ever happened to me in the insurance business made me the man that I am today. I worked for it was an annuity house. It was a vulture pit. I called it a house of ill repute. They stole more money out of me than I knew what to do with, and they made me the guy I am today. So, honor the petty tyrants of your life. They are your greatest teachers. Turn it around. Take whatever has happened to you that got you to the place right now, and don't lead with your wounds. Lead with your dreams. Wake up in the morning and say, what do you want to be? What's your dream? What's it? I never thought when I sold my business and I ended up taking a course in insurance that I would be traveling and doing guest speaking and talking to agents over the phone and having people do business with me. And if you talked again to my ex-wife, giving financial advice, I am the worst person with money I have ever met. Right, David? I work, I make too much money, I go out and I travel the country. When the bank account gets to almost to zero, I go, hey, David, I'm back. So, and I give financial advice to seniors. Go figure. Go figure. Don't lead with your wounds and honor the petty tyrants of your life.